So the overwhelming consensus is that this season will be the last season on Artemis. Files seem to be suggesting that Asteria could be the next map, and over the seasons, this constant mention of the nothing.
Leave nothing behind.
And know that when we are done, only nothing will remain.
And this was of course mentioned in the scientist tapes, or kind of. When the black hole event happened, there was numbers popping out on the screen, and then numbers were associated with what the scientists said during them tapes. So if we reorganise what the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. So you would associate the number with the word, and it came out like this. I was not alone, others were outside the loop. This was not calculated. The nothing is now inevitable. Now during the black hole and downtime, the Imagine orders said the 7 were successful, but the scientist says they wasn't. He miscalculated something. Not the first time, well that was the first time, but not the first time the scientists seem to have done this.
This may be a problem.
But yes, we've always thought the nothing was what happened when the 0 point started to bloom, or the black hole happened, because when the 0 point starts to bloom, you start to see the darkness, the empty void of nothingness literally. But maybe it's more. I find it interesting now to what the Cube Queen said in the season 8 trailer.
And know that when we are done, only nothing will remain.
And no, once we are done, nothing will remain. But if this nothing is an entity, maybe something did remain on the island when the Cube Queen was done. And maybe what we think we saw was an entire ruse, so the last reality, or the nothing, can start to get a grip on reality 0. To our knowledge, the cubes are still sitting on the other side of the island, and with the Herald now bringing this chrome, which seems to be associated with this dark energy, it'd be interesting to see if they ever come into contact with one another. The cubes on the other side of the map and the chrome on this side of the map, and that could be really interesting. So the cubes have terraformed one side of this island, while the chrome has done the other. And I mean, maybe that was the last reality and the nothing's plan all this time, to just terraform both sides of the island, and then this season is part 2 of that plan. And how would a new map work? Well, I think I have an idea. This possible new map name in Asteria would break the mold that we already have with the 3 previous ones. She is not a child of Zeus, which the other 3 are. She is not one of the 12 gods of Olympus, which the other 3 are as well. But the 2 current islands that are in play currently are Artemis and Apollo, and this is where it gets interesting. I've already mentioned this in a previous video, but Asteria is their auntie. Now Asteria at one point were getting some attention of Zeus and then Poseidon, and then turned herself into an island eventually to make sure she could hide from them. But her sister would become pregnant with Zeus, but Hera, which is Zeus' sister I think, was annoyed that these 2 could be more powerful than the other gods that had come before, and was concerned about this. And she said she wouldn't give any refuge to any islands to have the 2 twins. But when Asteria formed into the island of Delos, she was the only one that said, I would grant you sanctuary. So the 2 twins, Artemis and Apollo, was born on that island. I might be reaching, I know, and that could play really well into the Fortnite storyline. Artemis and Apollo could somehow form and intertwine to protect the 0 point. Or maybe with this house coming back into the chapter, maybe this will be a new floating island, a bigger island that incorporate quite a large sum of the islands. So maybe we'll have 2 levels to Fortnite next season, where we can play on the ground, but above us will be this Asteria island, which will also have the 0 point in it, and will be encased in it and protecting it so that nothing can reach it. And then the rest of the island will be consumed by the nothing by the end of that season, and then we move into the final chapter. I think there's a good chunk of storyline left. I still think the 7 and the Imagine Order need to come together at some point to fight the nothing, unless Geno is the nothing, but I don't see that currently at the moment. But who knows. Now the reason I did this video is I saw this tweet from Aiko, and it is a pretty decent theory. I actually feel like at the moment most people who do Fortnite theory seem to be on almost the same page. Now there's a little difference with mine, a little different to Aiko's and a few others, but we seem to be on a similar path. And one thing amazes me about Fortnite theorists is that you can come to the same conclusion from taking complete different elements. So I keep seeing about this messenger and the herald thing, and seeing a few people on Twitter talking that they seem to have similar theories. Now how I came to it was completely different to how they came to it. I thought the chrome was Mercury, so I thought, oh, Mercury's a Roman god. Then we have the Greek sort of counterpart in Hermes. Like Hermes is a herald of the gods, so I wasn't far off, to be fair. And then Mercury, or the Chrome, embraces that image. So maybe I'm still onto something, because why would they came with Chrome and Mercury? I don't know. But also Hermes is a psycho pump who guides the souls to the underworld, so I thought we were going into a very dark theme season as well. And then when Paradise was confirmed, I had a whole underworld theory before that, and I thought, oh, maybe there is something in that. But I love how we all come to the same conclusion sometimes by completely different elements being involved. Actually, rethinking about this Paradise and Underworld theory I had before, and now what I've just said about the cubes and the Chrome, the Underworld is literally an island under us. Maybe that's the Underworld, and this is the Paradise. What the hell is going on Apollo? Anyway, if you enjoy the Fortnite storyline, lore, and theory videos, you may enjoy this one about Condor. Actually, I rewatched that recently, and he actually may be important. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, Mr. J.R. White. Next time, bye bye.